shoot me down soon.
Yeah. So the life of this truck started out as a 1965 Chevy C10. Wanted to build it out as a rat rod, but to have the Cummins in it. So we took 1988 first gen Cummins, the non-intercooled VE pumped 12 valve, and we used that frame underneath this truck. The back section behind the cab has been completely cut off and raised up, modified, gusseted and welded in so that we can drop the rear end all the way down. The front's running a GMK member in the front end. Still has 8-bolt front and rear, so we can run the 8 to 10 adapters with these 24-inch American Force dually wheels. The motor itself is, like I said, it's a VE 12 valve. We've got we did 150 horse injectors. We did the HX35 turbo on it. The pump itself has been opened up. We did the governor springs. We did the fuel pin and turned the star wheel up on it to as far as we could before having the engine run away. And then the suspension itself is all a one-off, custom-made suspension. Air management on it with height sensors is all run by AccuAir. We're running 3 compressors, a single tank in the back in the tailgate there. Right now, obviously, it's sitting on full air out. We've got 3 different height settings. We've got our low ride kind of cruise around a parking lot in and out of a show. You'll be about 2-3 inches off the ground. Our everyday ride height's roughly 6 or 7 inches off the ground. And then you've got a high ride that's about 9 inches off the ground to get you in and out of driveways or over speed bumps or anything that you'd be catching the bumper to start with on the factory height. Other than that, the truck has been left the way it is. The patina and everything is how it was when I got the truck, and wanted to leave it that way. So 1, it had that rat rod natural patina feel, and 2 is everything underneath has been pretty much modified, upgraded, built from scratch. So 1, it looks like a piece of shit, but 2 is it rides nice. The air suspension with having really good shocks, you drive down the road and be just as comfortable as a truck that would have been built in 2020. And no issues there. Like, I trust this thing. I'd get in it and run across the friggin' country with it. And being running a 12 valve, I'd be using barely anything for fuel to start with. Inside, we've done some stereo work. It's got an old metal gas can that's being hollowed out. The bottom's cut out, all being dynamated, and have a 10-inch sub mounted from the bottom. So when you look at the actual canister itself, it looks like an old fuel jerry can, but the sub's in the bottom. And then we've taken 2 old oil cans and cut them out, done the same thing. They're mounted behind the seats. They've got 6x9s in those. So everything from front to back on this truck has that rat rod natural patina feel about it, but you've got some of the nice creature comforts of a newer vehicle.
Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They think gonna sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Mainly it was built before the whole craze of Instagram, Facebook. I pretty much built it and had people part of it, and had other guys help build this truck just out of my love for 1, pickups, 2, for diesels. And we built this just for myself. I went to local shows in Ontario where I am. I've done some stuff, down in the States with it. I went to Daytona with the truck last year, and that's pretty much its first big debut down into a US-based show. And other than that, it's just been shows around Ontario, local cruises, Cars and Coffee out in Mississauga. Guys go there first Sunday of every month. they're bringing out their Ferraris, their Lamborghinis, you know, every walk of life goes there. You know, a lot of really fancy cars go there. And then I love taking this, you know, dirty old rat rod out there and, you know, smoking out guys' $1 million cars with, you know, my $50,000 piece of shit, right? And it just pisses everybody off, right? And that's why it was built, pretty much to upset and piss people off, right? Go down sometimes with this thing to Yorkville and Toronto on a summer night when everyone's sitting on patios, and you know, you've got all, like, everyone's dressed nice and nice cars there, and I'll dog this thing down the road and just roll coal down the whole friggin' strip and piss everybody off because now they're sitting on their little, you know, bistro sets and they can't see shit for this rusty turd that just went past them, right? But that's what we did it for, right? Do some episodes of, you know, some of my past builds, some of my current builds, and some of my future builds. So definitely subscribe to Mzkustomz on YouTube and stay tuned for weekly videos. And thanks guys for following.